Hey, you guys. I am waiting for some people to come in. I know I kind of started a little bit late. Sorry about that. Okay. Just waiting for some people. Hey, Patina. I think you might be the first one here. Oh, Nancy's here. Nita's here. Robin. Katie Crafts. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I hardly remember anything about the books. I did read them both. Hi, Linda from Denmark. Hey, Denise. Hi, Patty. Denise, we're actually doing a discussion for the February books. So it was The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter and Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I do remember that I absolutely loved them both. And I'm not even like really into romance novels anymore. Not really. I mean, I'll read them and I can enjoy them okay. But these two, I think that they were suggested by you guys in the book club, and I really liked them both. Thanks, Nita. Nita loves my shirt. I think we'll wait and get a couple more people in here. Did anybody read the books and still remember them? It's actually been a long time since I've been live on YouTube, so... Okay, Denise, that's fine. You know me, I'll talk about other stuff too. Hey, Estelle. We do have, other than the books, we have a couple other things to talk about, so... Oh, I know, Denise, it's hard. I can't either, which is why I've been a little MIA. There's a lot of things going on, you know. Just like everybody else. Oh, good. Estelle, do you normally, like, is romance, or are romance novels your books of choice? Like your genre of choice, so to speak? Hi, Shelley. Haven't seen Shelley in 100 years either. Another thing that I'll let you guys know is that apparently Facebook does not allow you to stream live into groups anymore. I think that that's a across the board thing. So I just tried to stream this live into our book club, but it would not allow me to do it. So I'm going to go and double check all of that, but I think that it's going to have to be on YouTube. Oh, cool. Okay, Estelle. Hey, Linda. Okay, so I'll talk about the things that I remember. I remember, okay, so the first book of the two that I read was The Blonde Identity by Ali Carter, and I just really liked this book. It was not, I mean, okay, so it still had, you know, what we all know of as the sort of formulaic romance kind of thing. But it was also like, it was almost like a take on the Mr. and Mrs. Smith kind of thing. So if you liked that movie with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, I found that it was kind of the same thing. I mean, obviously they weren't married. If you read the book, you know that they weren't married. But it had that dynamic going on, and there were some things in it that, you know, if you are not into the romance formulaic thing, you know, there's a couple, there's more than a couple parts where you're just kind of going, okay, I'm gonna have to suspend disbelief right here, and you know, just kind of play along with it. Hi, Linda Stamp. But that being said, I just thought that it was super funny and super simple to read, and very like, just it just took, you just go along for the ride, and I really enjoyed the book. I really did. And so I really liked that one. And then the next one, obviously there was only two, I read Book Lovers. And okay, so Book Lovers, my opinion, was a little more of the romance formulaic, you know, type of read. And so there were a lot of parts in it, for me, where it was like, okay, let me get through this part, let me get through this part. But I found it refreshing that the character, the main female character, was not wimpy and wussy, in my opinion. You know, like a lot of times I find that when you know, Estelle, it should come back, hon. I just got a little notification. My download speeds are really fast, but the upload speeds leave a lot to be desired, and it is the fastest internet I can find in this area. So unfortunately, it's just what I have to deal with, which is another part of why I just stopped doing a whole bunch of, well, that's not a big part, but it factored into why I wasn't doing a whole lot of YouTubes, because it would do this all the time, and it's pretty frustrating whenever you're, yeah, I know, Shelly. I wish there was something I could do about it. I'm sorry. Hopefully, for if you guys are watching it on a replay, those hiccups are not really. I'm gonna type down here just to let y'all know I'm still here. My internet kinda sucks rocks. It's the fastest I can find. LOL. So, I did look into seeing if there was something that I could do. I am literally on the highest tier, and when I go and check, like I said, my download speeds, lightning fast. Upload, not great. And you know, there's really nothing I can do about it, as far as I know. So, anyway, would anybody like to come on? Oh, you know what? I don't have this going through my Zoom, so I can't do that right now. Okay. I'm not seeing a whole lot of comments, so, Estelle, you said you read the books. I know you're saying that I'm frozen and I keep coming in and out. I have not, but even in the main area, it's low upload speeds. I don't know. I'll ask my husband to look into it. I will ask him that. Just wondering if anyone has any comments about the book, books, one or both of the books. I don't know if this is a bad time for everyone to meet. I have other commitments later on Saturday afternoons, and so it makes it a little hard for me. And so I think what, we're probably going to be going through a few changes in the book club. I'm sure you have noticed. And I'm hoping that I can find some people that that either can volunteer, or we can nominate, or we can do whatever, like different sectors that I can break it up into and have people in charge of certain things. We have a lot of people in the book club. It's over 500 strong, and so hopefully we can find volunteers who can take up very small portions of the tasks that need to be done so that we can keep everything running very smoothly. That's what I'm hoping for. It's quite a lot of work for me as one person, especially because I have so many other things going on in my life. It's hard for me to do everything on my own. I'm trying very hard to get a lot of things under control so that I can plan things a lot more and have more time to do all of that. Hi Leah, hi Sherry. Sherry liked both the books. I did too. I really liked them. Sherry, do you normally read a lot of romance novels, or was this out of your element and you still really liked them, like me? I don't know who suggested these books, but oh, hi Del Marie. I'm glad you're at least here. It's good to see you. Oh, thanks, Shelley. I know. I have I'm going to put it this way. I have aspirations to get back to at least a portion of what I can do on YouTube, but right at this time, it's not good. It's not a good time right now. But, eventually things will get better, and we can get it hopefully a lot more in sync with getting back to where we want to be with the book club. And I have ideas. I always have ideas. You guys know this. And so hopefully we'll be able to get some of them going. And but honestly, Shelly, don't feel bad for me. My life is good. It's okay. Just a whole lot going on is all it is. Linda, you read Book Lovers. Okay, how did you like that one? How did you like Book Lovers? I really was happy. Yes, Leah, that was me. I thought it was so funny. I did. I would read. So a lot of times I have to, the only way I get my reading in, which I love to read and I read a lot, is I listen in the car on Audible on my way to work and back home, because I have like an hour commute each way now. So it gives me plenty of time to read my books. And I remember vividly several times just bursting out laughing at some of the things that were going on in The Blonde Identity. I just thought it was really a fun read. Linda, it was sort of like a Hallmark movie, right? Except, I don't want to make this sound bad, because I know that a lot of people like romance novels for the exact thing that I'm going to say I don't like them for. But it was like, I don't like when women are portrayed as you know, we're just looking for a man. And no matter what we have to do, we're going to do it to get the man, you know, and all this stuff. And I mean, not that they're, oh, see, okay, let me just say, all opinions are my own. So I just, you know, there's nothing wrong with, you know, wanting to find a partner in life. There's nothing wrong with that. I just, to me, in romance novels, and I know it's probably, you know, because first of all, your book is only like 400 pages long, right? Something like that. So you have to get them together, like within these 400 pages. But it always just seems so fast to me. Like, 1 minute they met, the next minute they in the sack. I don't like that. And so that kind of thing I don't really like in romance novels, but I just, anyway, something like that. Sherry, I'm not going to ignore your question about Christy, but I hope you guys understand I'm also not going to talk about that. Okay, I just want to keep this strictly about the book club and the aspect of reading books and discussing them. And I will also get into, I'm hoping that we can all take turns of people coming on and being on the lives with me so that we can discuss the books and have it be more like a discussion, sort of like what Christy and I were doing. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about the books, and I'm not going to go into the personal things that might be going on with Christy or me or both. I just, I want to keep it strictly about the book club, and I hope that's okay with you guys. Okay, so Sherry loves romance. Okay, so this was like totally right up your alley. I'm thinking that maybe what we can do, because I mean, even though romance may not be like my favorite, I do like to read romances, and I like any book that's good, really. If the book is a good, it's written well, the characters are developed well, and stuff like that, I'm really fine. I'm wondering if we should have, like maybe every month we can have like a romance book chosen, and maybe we could switch it up each month so that we're reading like different types every month, but like a romance, a mystery, and a biography or something like that, where we have like 3 very distinct things. And I would like to be able to talk more about each one, so that we can discuss what we liked, and so hopefully people will decide to read more than one, even though there are a few options, but then that way we could get more of a well-rounded kind of reading. And okay, I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions about the books or talking about the books. Is anybody else inside and would like to talk about it? Or I am going to leave the comments open for discussion on the YouTube channel. So if you guys want to come by and see some of the things that other people are saying in the after the replay, then that might be good. Leah says, yes, I think it was probably funnier as an audiobook. I listened to it too. You know what? The people who read the books for audiobooks can really make or break a book too. And I thought that I think it was only 2, but so the 2 people who were reading The Blonde Identity really made that book, and it was laugh out loud hilarious a lot of times for me. All right, so Leah, I'm going to write your name down, and I'm going to get in touch with you about helping out a little bit in the book club. I know, Denise, if it weren't for audiobooks, I wouldn't read it all. I just don't have time. I really don't. Okay, so I'm trying to think of what else I could do. Oh yes, that's true, Sherry. That's true. It's just I feel very cognizant of the fact that I'm the only one sitting here and actually having a voice. And like I said, I will read like pretty much any genre, and I can enjoy it. There's some things about certain types of books that don't really excite me, but I can still enjoy books. Pretty much any book, if it's written well. Okay. Y'all see, this is the hard part. This is the hard thing for me, is the only thing about YouTube and doing these YouTube lives and being by myself is it's very hard for me to feel like, what would I talk about with you guys if I don't have interaction? Do you know what I mean? Because so for like a book club where you're going to be having a discussion, here's another thing, okay? I would like to throw out there, would you all prefer to be in a Zoom? And I can always record the Zoom and have it go live on YouTube, and have, where anyone who's in book club can come in and be there. Here's my caveat on that. I don't mind if you come in and you don't have your video on, for the most part. I mean, I'd like to see some faces. I don't think anybody cares whether you have a full face of makeup on or anything like that. We just want to be able to talk. But I do insist that everybody at least have the option to mute and make themselves heard, so that we can all have this discussion. And I think I'm going to put a poll in the Facebook group to see if you guys would like to do that, because that I think I would much prefer that, so that we're all being able to talk about the book. I would prefer if we had a few of us coming on, and just being able to discuss the book, and not just have me sitting here as a talking head, talking about the book and waiting for comments to scroll up. So I'm going to do a little poll in the group and see if we want to do that. Maybe we'll be able to change up how we're going to, like the times we're going to be able to do it. Here's my limitation. I work in retail now, and I also have to commute an hour to work and back from work. Now, after I come back from work, I'm typically pretty exhausted. I am not a really good long car ride person. I don't do well in the car, so that's why you may have noticed I have not been on YouTube a whole lot. I have not been doing a whole lot, period. Mainly because of that. So, and then with me being on Mountain Time now, it makes it very late for those of you who are on Eastern Time to come into discussions. So, I'm going to have hopefully a little bit of a discussion about that in the Facebook group, so that we can figure out what's going to be best for most of us, and go forward with that. And so there's going to be, hopefully we can get everything ship-shape. I'm thinking that, to be honest with you, it's probably going to take me a good 2 to 3 months to really start shoring up. I know, Sherry, that's exactly and it's so funny, because I was even trying to find time I thought, well, maybe I can just like listen to them real quick again. Oh my goodness, I just didn't have time to do it in the amount of time, that I thought I should probably be on discussing. Oh, great, Sherry. I will be in touch with you too. I'll write your name down. I'm gonna see if I can't fill out in my head a bit of what the tasks are that need to be done, and so that I can tell you what needs to be done, and you guys can say, yes, that would be my strong suit, or this is what I would be good at helping out with, and that kind of thing. Also, probably going to be looking for people who can go into the Facebook group and start some conversations around different things having to do with books. And we'll get something going that we can all enjoy and look forward to doing once a month on the live. Oh, that's okay, Sherry. You know what? If you don't have a camera, that's okay. If you want to just come into the Zoom and do you have a microphone? Because if you have a microphone, then just being able to have the discussion would be good. Or you could do it on your phone. You can always get Zoom on your phone, still not do the video if you're uncomfortable with that, but have your microphone on your phone where we can at least hear what you have to say about the book. Hearing what you have to say is much more important than seeing you. I mean, I know that not everyone's comfortable with that. So, there are discussion questions in the back of Book Lovers we could discuss. Oh, okay. See, now I don't get the books. I listen, so I had no idea that those were there. Okay. So maybe, what I'll do is I'll see if there can, and maybe this can be a case-by-case, book-by-book basis, where we can task one person per book to come up with some discussion questions that we can have, and stuff like that. Because I feel like, with over 500 people in the book club, we should be able to make it so that not the same, 2 or 3 people have to do all the tasks. I don't think that should be a problem. We should be able to divvy it out so that, most of the time you are just coming in and discussing the book and just having a great time, and maybe once or twice a year you might be one of the people who are tasked with finding questions or starting posts and stuff like that, so we can all take turns. And I think that would make it a lot more relaxing for everyone involved, and so it doesn't feel like such a chore. Because that's what makes things not so much fun, is when you feel like it's, a job or something like that. So I think we can do that. Hi, Elena. Yes, I was telling everybody that I have a full-time job now outside the home, and my commute is 1 hour each way. And so my time has just been extremely limited, and other things have been going on that I'm having to deal with, and so, I'm just trying to get my life back in shape is what's going on. So, while I do miss doing YouTube, have been so exhausted. I've just been so exhausted. That's really all it is. It's being tired. It's, having things that are unavoidable happening, and, life, just like everybody else. So, anywho, let's see, it is 12:33. We've been on for about half an hour, and unless anybody has any other questions about book club or suggestions you'd like to make, I think I'll go for now. And because I don't know what to say about the books. I know you guys are saying you kind of have already forgotten. Same. I do know that I did enjoy both the books. I remember that distinctly. I really liked both of the books. And so hopefully, we're going to skip March, obviously, for now. And I'm going to see if we can't get something going for April reads. And I know that you guys tend to like to have things scheduled in advance. It's going to take me a little time to get to that point, okay? So eventually, hopefully, like I said, within the next 3 months or so, I can get to a point where I'm able to get things scheduled in advance so that we kind of have a plan in advance so that we can all plan. I know that there are people who need to be able to get the books from their library and stuff like that. So I completely understand that, and I do want to get back to that point. I'm going to be straight up honest. I am not really great at planning way in advance. I would love to do that. I would love to be that person. It just is something that's kind of difficult for me. So I'm going to work on that and hopefully get to a spot where we can have things well in advance. I know that me personally, I do like to occasionally have a plan where I can read books that are like super current, like they just came out and I want to read that. And I'm also trying to keep in mind that there are some people who just can't afford to do that. And I do understand. I just kind of hope we can balance it out a little bit so we can have books that are perhaps 6 to 9 months old that we can read to help out the people who are getting it from the library. But then also every once in a while have a book that is going to be coming out like right now and everyone's super excited about it. So hopefully we can balance that out a bit. And I'm going to try to get much better about being in the Facebook group, y'all. But I'm just, working in retail, I had never, no mic either. Okay, we'll work it out, Sherry. We're going to figure something out. Working in retail, because I had never worked in retail actually before, so it's tough. It's busy. I'm happy about that. I'm busy like all day. I'm constantly going. But honestly, there's pretty much no time for me to ever get on my phone to check anything. Like for us to even have lunch where maybe we can sit down together as, a group of ladies and be able to eat together for like 15 or 20 minutes, that's pretty rare in itself. So I'd never have time to be like on my phone. It's hardly ever. And so, by the time I get home, the first thing I want to do is get into my pajamas and lay down in a recliner for a little while and get my feet up. And so, that inevitably leads to me falling asleep. And then, so you guys, it's like this whole roller coaster thing. And I have not been getting on social media very much lately. And it has nothing to do with me not wanting to do anything with the book club. I'm just pretty much exhausted. So hopefully things will start to get better. And I'll be able to, catch up a bit more. Yeah, so I'm excited to be back with the book club. I'm always excited to talk about books, and I'm hoping that you guys are going to stick around. If you decide, that it's not for you anymore, that's okay. No, listen, I don't have hard feelings about stuff like that, really don't. The Facebook group page started to get very antsy. I know. And here, part of the problem, Sherry, was that because I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on social media, just because I was either at work or driving or sleeping, to be honest, I wasn't up on everything that was happening in the group, and it got really tough for me. And then my little sister came, and she was like, "Yvette, you need to get over there." And she says people don't know what's going on. And to be honest, like part of it was with the exhaustion and everything else.